everything is started. Alright, hello and welcome back to some Minecraft by this Golden Age episode 1070, I think we're on 74, 75, 76, I'm not sure. Why should they ask me, I should know the number, but I don't know the number, Alright, but hopefully you're all doing alright and staying safe. So, off camera, do apologise, I have so much garbage, around now in my inventory. Also, this portal is so loud. I was wondering why I was not moving there for a sec. I forgot that we had disabled the water physics. Actually, when it stands still, actually looks quite pretty. But off camera, I did do a lot of glowstone hunting so that I could, place them around the base. I could not get the words out. And so that is what we're going to go do, I tell you. Wojtek, how's it going, Wojtek? Wait 1 second. Need to take Wojtek away from the water. Don't want him drowning. We really need to get rid of those chests from Christmas time, don't we? Alright, let me grab my axe. There we go. There we go. There's a lot of lights that I cannot get rid of, and then there's a lot of lights that I can get rid of. Like I could break here, place a light, and then I could place a light here to give the maximum coverage. So I can remove that. It's going to be a very hard, thing to do, I tell you. Very hard thing to do. We normally have to keep the rocks lit up due to mob issues with them spawning up there, so probably won't get rid of that. Or I might actually go and place a bunch of the glowstone up there. Who knows, who knows. Alright, but we're just gonna place a bunch of glowstone now. I really want to go grab that dirt now. Why did I leave Birdie down here? I'm sorry, Birdie, I'm sorry. Just stopping mobs from spawning down here. Really need to fill in this area, I tell you. I normally keep areas like this just, for the fun of it. It's like I'm an archaeologist, digging up, ancient structures, and it's my own structures that I buried like maybe 100 episodes ago. It's always fun, that. There we go. Oop. Get the pick out. That can go. I forgot I had like 2 trapdoors here. I just walked out here and I went over the fence instead of going through the 2 doors that were right there. 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 There we go. I do need to figure out the pathing around here as well. Yeah, it's going to be quite a pain, but it'll have to do. It'll have to happen. There we go. You know what? We're gonna have so many torches by the end of this. Like, what are we at? We're at 51. Luckily, what do you call it? I guess I could place brown carpets on these bits here. So that's not too bad there. That is not too bad at all. You know what, it does feel nice getting rid of torches for some reason. Oops. I meant to get rid of that a second ago. I don't know what it is, but when you break torches it just has a satisfying, sound to it. Like a pop. It's like ASMR, I tell you. That's what it's like. ASMR. Torch ASMR coming soon. Hello there, snail. How's it going? Ah. Yeah, I should really go into the forest and unlight that, you know, a lot there. Shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. There we go. I'm just lighting up the little bits of the river here. I don't normally light up the rivers, but I will be doing an entire series episode. Well, it's not really a series. It's more like a continuation of a project, that I would say. That's how it should be said. And that is finally going down river. And finally sorting out the lighting issue down the river. I do plan on doing little river lights and all that to kind of guide you. And then also start putting up some signs on where to go and all that. I really do think that would be quite nice. Actually, removing the torches around here just feels so nice. Without seeing the little yellow top bits, you know, because they're always low to the ground, and normally over there is a lot lower grounded. You can't really see them too well. But trying to find these torches is not that hard. I say that, but you know, some of them might be difficult and some of them might not be difficult. I can put that in the backpack. I do also need to figure out who's supposed to go in the commenter garden. That's something that I need to sort out, I tell you, because I keep forgetting to do so. And then, you know, someone's got to be added to the commenter garden. I think Night Leak's supposed to be added. And there's a couple of other people, I think, yeah. A couple of other people also need to... Really? Why is there a torch up there anyway? Ah. There we go. And I can just turn that into sticks. And then I can place that there. Turn that into sticks. And bam, I got a lot of sticks. Here we have some lava here. So I can just break that. Place that there. Lava's a natural source of light anyway. There's also this old tree bit here. You know, we might take a little detour. That's what we'll do. We might take a little detour. Would you want a little detour? Yeah, here. I heard your footsteps from a mile away. You think you can just sneak up on me like that, huh? Nope, you cannot. Yeah, we have this old tunnel down here. I might actually start getting rid of the torches in the tunnel. I tell you, this glowstone journey was painful, I tell you. You want to know how much painful? I almost died like 2 times, I tell you. 2 times. I said about on what do you call it? I think it was Blue Sky or Twitter. I cannot remember. It's one of the two. About my journey, and it was just terrible. I think I like fell. I fell in lava and then I almost fell to my death at one point. When I was trying to grab the glowstone. Oh, it was terrible. It really was. I hadn't had a, you know, situation like that in ages. There we go. And now it just comes to end. It just comes to end. I never used this mine this much. I was going to use it for gathering up stone, but we never really did. Alright, now that we're in the more open area, we'll start grabbing all the torches around here. We see a torch, we fill in the torch, alright? Was there any torches on the outside? is this torch? Alright. Yeah, I don't really see too many torches out this way. I better light up this one spot right here. Alright. There's my son. Sierra should be nearby. Or is Sierra dead? No, Sierra's still there. I do really want to dedicate entire, you know... How would I describe it? I really want to dedicate a lot to the Minecraft Comes Alive mod, because it's a mod that I really grew up with, you know. I watched that many people play, you know, through it, you know. Yeah, the I Cook Quick person. They, you know, had it in their Oasis, and Minecraft Comes Alive by, you know, Chris and the Make. There we go. But there's like so much of that, I tell you. So like so many, you know, OG series out there that had it, and it's nostalgic, I tell you. The older one, the newer one does not really work. To be honest, the newer one does not really work. If you see that I'm placing them on the beach, that means I'm going to be placing a yellow bit of sand there, and I should really shear a lot of this down here. Yeah, I'll shear that later. But we'll go and shear all of that so that we can keep it all nice and touched up, so it doesn't look too bad. Glowstone just really helps, you know, keep an area nice. So hopefully it does keep this area good for quite some time. Plus this is also sorting out issues with mobs and such. So that'll help out quite a lot with the mobs and also the lag. I meant to say lag when I said mob, but you know, it was also to do with the mobs as well. I was going to say that afterwards, but they just swapped position. Whee! The words go. Alright. Let me place that there. I'm also going to open up that window. There we go. There. Sorry, I'm just warming up myself, you know, with my heater, and then also making sure all the moistured air gets let out the window there. Remember to do that if you have it here. You don't want the same air heating up and then cooling down and then all the moist of it, you know. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible that. Alright. So, let us go and... Yeah. We should be able to start moving into this area then. Does that work? Yeah, that does work. Sorry, I never use, like, you know, signs on top of, you know, well, not signs, walls on top of thingies. So I was never sure if it would actually stay lit. But it seems to do so. Just add an extra bit of light there. Yo, son, how's it going? Can we go camping, please? The last time I took one of my sons on a camping trip, he died. I'm not taking another one on a camping trip just so he can die too. I know it's kind of boring out here, but you know, camping means ogres out in that forest, and I'm not going out in the forest with ogres around with you. I can easily take out an ogre without you there, but you know, when you're there, you know, it's not the best situation, shall I say. It's not the best situation. Yo, Wilford, how's it going? You doing alright? An apple day keeps the zombies away. Quite right that. Quite right that. That it does. And also the sword does too. Not too bad. Not too bad. There we go. Just keeping it all properly lit up here. Surprisingly, you know, the lighting up is not that hard compared to what I thought it would be like. I do need to rebuild the house here. I tore it down, well, torn it down, and I never really rebuilt it, and then we also have a bunch of civilians in this hut right here. They're just all in there. Or what seems to be, no, there they are. Entire generations live in that house. It's like, you know, a concentration camp basically for them. I do apologize for them, you know. It really gets me. Where was that? There we go. Oh, sorry about that. I just choked there and coughed. There we go. And there's a light under there. I saw the little bottom bit of it. Is that what people think about me? I'm just joking. But you know what we could talk about? So, I recently started work on using a V-Ride at one point. I thought, you know what, it could be quite fun, you know. So that is what I've been, you know, working on, I tell you. That is what I've been working on. I do apologise that there has not been a Jungle Paradise in quite some time, you know. A few weeks, I think it is now. Lauren Who's Lauren? Who's Lauren? I had a child named Lauren? What? I had a child named Lauren and he died? I never knew. 2023, the 2nd month of the 25th? I didn't know I had a child named Lauren over here. To Vicky, you know, I'm pretty sure I remember this one. They died in the forest somehow. I think it was against an ogre or some kind of mob. I'm not sure. I had a child out here. Wait 1 second. You know, I'm just talking about the V-Rod and then bam, you know, we find ancient lore that I'd totally forgotten about, you know. How long ago did I place that sign? Back in 2023? 2 years ago? That sign is over 2 years old. I didn't realize I even had a child that, you know, that was buried over here. That is crazy. That is crazy, I tell you. I did not even realize, you know. Otto, what are you doing out here? You gotta get yourself killed. If Otto dies, I'm going to be very mad. You know, he's been around for ages. He's probably actually killed the sharks. That's what I'm now thinking. He's probably killed the sharks. So good for you, Otto. That's very much, you know, helpful. They kept nibbling my toes. So watch out for some of my friends who are sharks. This is not looking too bad now. I wonder how much, you know, lag I've probably saved. Oh, probably gotten rid of. That's what I'm saying. Probably gotten rid of. Yeah, I think I got rid of all the torches in this area. It's easier at night time trying to find them, but you know, in the morning, you know, it's like, oh, terrible. I didn't place any torches there, yeah. Just double checking. Sorry, I'm just keeping my eye out for some torches now. And I have a bit of gas in my chest there. Oh. I really hate when that happens, I tell you. I really do. Let's see. Can you spawn a mob? No. We look for open branches, because open branches are an open spot for mobs to spawn. And luckily there is no open branches, I was about to say. There we go. Hey! Ah. I better eat, shouldn't I? I better eat. Let's see. Check that out for a sec. Alright, we'll just munch, munch, munch. Ow. There we go, now we can run around the place instead of slowly starving. There we go. Place that there. Perfect. I do also mean to come through all of this area to fix them being exposed, so you want to always see them. They'll be covered up with, you know, moss, I'll call it. That's actually just, you know, green carpet. The OG way of doing it back in the day. Yeah, I don't really need to place torches on the hill. A lot of this area that you see here, I, you know, did a lot of the terrain myself. And it was to kind of restore this area back to nature. Like, yeah, it's cool having, like, you know, a forest that or a village, you know. But I really just wanted to keep it normal. I kind of felt like the village had really expanded and really destroyed a lot of the environment. So I might as well just, you know, restore said environment and what I did to it. And that's exactly what we did. Restored it back to the way it was before. The best that we could. May not be 100%, but it's still, you know, good enough, I tell you. Still good enough. This area here is from where we had an attack by some ogres, and then some more ogres. They just seem to really like this one spot. Well, hello there, cow. What is your name, cow? Just cow? Alright. I was just double checking it wasn't Sailor Cow, because Sailor Cow really walks, I tell you. They really walk. Like other mobs, like, oh, you know, they only go a certain amount of distance, I tell you. But no, Sailor Cow will walk miles of my world. That's why we keep them in a boat. They're too powerful, and also they're our Lord and Savior, Sailor Cow. Is that's all done? I see a torch over there that I missed. Wait for it. There we go. That was actually pretty, you know, slick. Pretty smooth. It really caught me off guard there. But that does look like it's it for this area right here. How long did that take us? 24 minutes? Dang. Well, you know what? We might actually do some more of that, you know. I have plenty left over, and I just saw this down here. There we go. I tell you, there's a lot of those hidden ones that are just in a little bush there. And they're so annoying. They're so annoying. Bam. There we go. Yeah, we'll probably just start going and lighting up the area by replacing it with torches. Otto's reset to his sleeping position. So we'll be ending off there, and if you're on the Twitch side, we'll be restarting. Have a nice day, safe, possible. If so much, think it's very important. Have a nice day, thanks so much, bye.